Peace, fam. I got a video rolling. It's going to take a long time for that thing. I don't know what's up. Listen, I haven't had a phone cut off, cable cut off, or none of that shit since I've been in the cable business, phone business. But my thing is, I pay all this money for internet, and my internet in here is so slow. I think it's because of where I live at, how I sit or whatever. But later for that. It's going to take a minute because I did it on my phone. I really didn't feel like doing all the extra stuff. But this is what I came here for, right? So I just watched Godfrey and Lord Jamar cancel Vlad, right? And I knew that was coming, okay? I knew it was coming. And the reason why I said I knew that was coming, because it's not all about just, um, you know, what he said about the minister, but how this devil has felt comfortable about coming amongst not just the righteous, but God's. Because Lord Jamar is a God, right? We're not going to confuse that, right? Because the Lord Jamar said, yeah, when it comes to black people, we're going to get on code, right? Which is true. But my thing is this. Not only are we getting on code as black people, but that's a God. So when Lord Jamar is on a platform, right? He knows that there are gods in earths watching that platform as well. He really probably don't give a fuck about what the 85%, 10% is thinking. He wondering what the gods in the earths are thinking, right? See, nobody could tell me any different. I had a God that was from what's called Lost Paradise that returned, right? That's Asbury Park, New Jersey. But my God that I've been building with ever since, right? Um, well, almost. I had one relationship that wasn't godly to me, so I had to move it. But anyway, my God now is from Now Just, right? So what we gods and earths, right? 9 times out of 10 with us, we're around celebrities more than anybody else, right? We are really around celebrities more than anybody else. Now, my ex was a part of Wu Tang, right? So I've been up and close to that. Capadonna is still one of my best brothers. I spent a lot of time. Um, he let me enjoy his mother, Mama Love, out in Cali. Me and her had a ball. We went to Beverly Hills, Hollywood. We went out to dinner. Oh, I'll never forget the moments that I spent with Mama Love. Okay, Capadonna don't leave his mother with any goddamn body, and you can ask anybody, but he left her with me, right? So my point with that is, when you have brothers and sisters out here, we really don't give a fuck about them being no celebrity and superstars and all that shit, right? It's when you get off of the code of 120, right? The parts up, then we have a problem. See, we don't really have a problem because Lord Jamal has been dealing with NOI and the Muslim gods, and it's been a lot of controversy between that. But I'm the type of earth. Long Fee ain't out here, doing nothing. He hasn't denounced being a 5%, a lost true and living. So I don't have nothing to do with how people feel about him. Yeah, as a matter of fact, last year, the year before last, I was in his in Brand Nubian's Unsung video that we recorded at the underground in Philadelphia. Okay, don't get it fucked up and confused. Like I said, I touched the hem of the garments of a lot of what's called stars, right? And it wasn't just stars, they were gods and earths, right? See, don't, like I said, I've never been in this. Let me give you my righteous name is Shaquasia Islam Mecca. I have one of the most powerful earth names in this nation, right? And everybody knows that I sincerely love Allah's mathematics. I ain't gonna play with your ass when it comes to mathematics, right? And I'm an earth, right? So when we see one another, right? In error, right? It's not for us to so much bomb them. It's just where we pull their shirt or coat tails and say, hey, wait a minute, what's up? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be doing this in the name of the law, the name of mathematics, and then you're doing it all in your name. So if it's in your name, you will be held accountable for your actions, right? That we don't care if you rich or poor. We're called the poor righteous teachers, and that doesn't mean that we're broke, right? It's just that we don't charge for the knowledge that we have. We know knowledge is free, knowledge is infinite. We don't put a patent or a market allows mathematics. We don't do that shit. And when we see people doing that, right, and they off code, especially dealing with white supremacy, you just don't know how many gods and earths is actually watching, right? That's what I wanted to get out, right? I'm gonna put the link down when I upload this video. But I'm just saying I really respect Jamal for putting that out there because he already know why we took Jerusalem from the devils, right? And I'm almost certain that Vlad's ancestors was the ones that we took Jerusalem from, right? See, a lot of white people try to confuse you with that, oh, we was in Israel. But you was in Israel at the time when Jesus called y'all devils after you helped the Romans murder him, right? Matter of fact, they were Roman Jews, right? So when you mess with gods and earths, and we know this history, in its totality, it should be uncomfortable for a devil to come amongst us, whether it's in the nation of 5%, NOI, whether it's Hotep, uh, Israelites, uh, even our, astronomers. You just ain't no devil supposed to be able to come in here and penetrate what we got going on. You know what I mean? And if they do, then we want to know who sent you. And then once we find out who sent you, right, or who you're working with, right, then we're going to go to that person and put them in what's called the hot seat, right? Yeah, the devil left strict rules and regulations, so did a law, right? And when you get on code of 120, right, then it's not really about we really, like I said, I got a lot of brothers and sisters that's from islands, right, as well as Alkebulan, right. But one thing about it, these brothers and sisters already bear witness that they had to come to the wilderness of North America to know and understand what is a true and living God, a devil. Bottom line, we will not apologize, right, for being that which 120 speaks about in its totality. Now, like we said, a lot of people, say guests in hip hop. It's a lot of guests in hip hop, right? And it's a lot of guests in America as well, that's been eating high off the hog. And we got to just tone that down. Take, for instance, everybody loves Drake, which I respect Drake, right? I like his music. However, I saw how he was moving a long time ago. Everybody thought that this man was so in love with black people that he went out and had a white baby. You know what I mean? That didn't look like Kiki, but more so Oliver Twist, right? And then you got Culture Vulture, and I like his music, but I can't stand him, Khaled. And I'm so glad. I was so glad when Luke pointed out that this was a little fat boy that came from a hick town in Louisiana who went over to Miami, right? And blended in like a chameleon. And next thing you know, oh, he's the best DJ in the world. Like, but well, where you come from? Who sent you? How is it that a Palestinian could get into Black American culture, right? And then if you pay attention to him, he be talking about the haters and all this shit in his thing. But like, who really hating on you? Ain't nobody really hating on you. It's just that people doing the knowledge and see you a culture vulture, right? Because we can't go to Palestine, right? And become a DJ in Palestine. We can't do that, right? We can't go in a Jewish community and become one of the top Jewish rappers or singing, right? So you got to watch these people, and especially these biracials. I'm telling you, these biracials, a lot of them can't be trusted, right? Because a lot of them already has that mindset where they're going to use black people. The only thing they want to use concerning black people is anything they can take advantage of as being black, right? Other than that, they still got that white parents mindset. I be watching, I be doing the knowledge. Like, listen, ain't no nigga that's sitting here that's half original going to tell me anything about what it is to be original, right? You don't get to do that. That's not our fault that your parents chose to have interracial sex and had you. But what you won't do is come over in the black community and defend white supremacy because your parent is a white supremacist, right? Whether they want conscious or unconscious. We ain't going for that shit either. It's just been a lot of biracials getting these passes too in the hip hop industry, right? So they need to be put in check as well, right? We ain't playing this go around. When we say black people on code, we mean all the way 360, right? And we don't care how popular you are, right? If you violate black people, especially in America, right? You're going to have a problem. A serious one, too, right? I just wanted to get that out. I know, I don't like to be. Let me tell you something. If I start telling you my life story, you'd be like, wow, I'm not really here to do that, though. But I just sometimes got to make a few points so people can realize I'm the real deal here, right? All this shit people talk about, write about, is probably shit already lived out, right? So, I'm not really, I've never been anybody's groupie and far from a fan. And like I said, when I dated uh my ex, right, fiance, right, uh one thing I can't ever take away from him is opening my eyes up to the music world, right, and how to look at people in that music world for who they actually were and not what they appeared to be. And the same thing went, like I said, when I was reading 120 before I went to Mecca, you know, it was beautiful. When I got there and saw that shit in reality, a lot of it, I was like, whoa, right? So that's a lot of times you got to sometimes separate the art from the artists, right? With that being said, you guys, I'm going to let this video go because I don't want it to be too long. It take too long to upload. The other one already 3 hours. This is crazy. It has nothing to do with my speed because I pay my bill and don't miss a beat every month. It's just the same. And I have AT&T and Xfinity and it still be doing dumb shit. Well, with that being said, keep vibrations high. I'm out, you guys. Peace.